What's up guys, Brad here, and today I want to talk about my top 5 cards that I'm actually sad to see rotate out of Standard once the new expansion comes out. So as we all know, Mean Streets of Gadgetzan, One Night in Karazhan, and Whispers of the Old Gods are rotating out in a few months once the Journey, the Year of the Mammoth is rotating out. I don't know why it's a Journey. So let's just jump right into it. These are my personal 5 cards that I'm sad to see. Might not be your favorite, but I'm sure there are some cards that are close to you guys that you're sad to see rotate out. But number 5 for me is Moonglade Portal. So this card is, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy to play that slow, grindy druid where you're storing health, playing just a very slow armor up game, kind of like the old school tank up warrior. So this card has a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun also with Medivh the Guardian. You're able to get 2 6-cost minions out for just Moonglade Portal, if you have Medivh out, that is. And obviously, while everybody was playing Knights of the Frozen Throne, they were playing Jade Druid and, just, running rampant when I basically gave up on the game after about a month because it was very boring before they nerfed those cards, but it still didn't do anything. Jade Druid was just all over the place, and until people realized the Razakus Priest was a thing, everybody played Druid. And while they're playing that Jade Druid, I'm playing this terrible Medivh Moonglade Portal Webweave style deck that just was horrible. I was dropping dirty rats to try to protect those spiders, the 1/2 spiders of Webweave, and it just didn't work at all. It was a lot of fun the first few days, but man, it was not as good as it should have been. I just for some reason thought that Webweave was a lot of fun, and Moonglade Portal was part of the reason for that. So I'm going to be a little sad to see that card go away. Now, at number 4, you guys are probably going to be a little surprised to see that Knuckles is on the list. So, even though Knuckles isn't the greatest card, for some reason I played this card a lot more than what I expected, and I'm sure a lot more than anybody else expected. So, I don't even know if anybody ever played this card against me. I think I'm the only person that plays this card, but I play it, and I played a Dinomancy deck. And I played Knuckles in it with a lot of other cards, and it did actually quite well. I had like a 70% win rate. And when I made the deck, I don't even remember what era it was. I think I actually made a video on it though, so you could check previous videos and try to find wherever that Hunter deck is. But yeah, Knuckles is a lot of fun, and actually there's a cool little interaction with Master Oakheart. You can do Tundra Rhino for your 2-attack minions, and you can do Knuckles for your 3-attack minions, and Stone Skill Basilisk, I believe it is, the 3-mana 1/1 Vine Shield poisonous guy. And you all of a sudden get a lot of charging minions, and it's a lot of fun. So I really like the card. I've had a lot of fun with Knuckles, and don't regret actually crafting him, because I didn't pull him, I did craft him. So mess around with Knuckles if you have the chance before it rotates out. If you're one of those guys that only plays Standard, I play Wild a lot, so I'll still be messing around with him. So moving into number 3, this is actually one of my favorite cards, and I had to craft it golden because I just thought it was such a cool card, and it's the Curator. So the Curator is one of those cards that made you build your deck a little differently. Obviously, you get a Beast, Dragon, and a Murloc in your deck. You put those all in. It could be one of those things where you only run one Dragon. You only run Malygos. So the only card that you can draw as a Dragon from this guy is Malygos. Makes it so you draw your combo pieces a little better. You do Cold Light Oracle, so you can get even more card draw. That could be your only Murloc also. And Beast, you can kind of just throw in whatever. I don't know specifically. Maybe you're doing a Murloc Paladin, and you have the freaking dinosaur guy. I don't know, the 4-mana 5/4. I can't remember the name right now. And there you go. There's a couple of you guys for you. I love this card. I'm actually very sad to see it kind of rotate out. I think it was a lot of fun to play with. Haven't been playing with it too often recently, but I do remember when it first came out and I crafted it golden. Man, I played the crap out of this card. So definitely going to be trying to think of more things if they do come out with more Dragons, Beast, Murlocs all together that can create some crazy combos in Wild once it does rotate out. Now, number 2, we have Fandral Staghelm. So, Fandral here is one of actually the more powerful cards probably on the list. And it's just a lot of fun. I really enjoy playing the Druid where, you get the Wrath interaction. You just see him hit him for 3, and you hit him for 1 for the card draw. There's just something very nice about playing Fandral and getting both your choose 1 effects. Yes, it's a very powerful card, and it's going to be kind of nice to not see him too much, but actually, realistically, as of right now, you don't see Fandral too often. So I'm excited to see what happens from now on. Maybe Druid gets even more choose 1 effects coming in the future. And in Wild, you could see some crazy interactions with Fandral continue on throughout the days. So, and number 1, well, it's not too big of a surprise, but we're actually going to be talking about all of the old gods. So Cthulhu that you got for free, and then Yash Raj, Yog Sauron, and N'Zoth. So it's kind of cheating, I guess. Similarly to the cards that I was excited to be rotating out, where I said all the Jade cards, can't wait till they rotate out. Well, this, I'm actually sad to see these old gods rotate out. So when it first came out, Cthulhu just was all over the place. Everybody was playing Cthulhu, and Cthulhu was awesome to play. So it was a lot of fun. You know, there's Cthulhu Warrior was like one of the top ones, and I think the other one too was Cthulhu Druid, kind of like taunting up a lot and just making some big guys ramping up and playing out the big dudes. So Cthulhu's a lot of fun. I'm actually quite sad to see him leave. And then once Cthulhu kind of started to slow down, that was like right when Whispers of the Old Gods came out. The second one to come in behind was N'Zoth, and N'Zoth kind of stayed around forever. N'Zoth was always around, and you just always seen him. He's been played throughout the entire expansion sets that have come until he's going to rotate out, it seems like. So not played nearly as much nowadays, but still played very briefly in some decks. And then once N'Zoth came out, played a little bit, and then right after then the Yog Sauron came around. Everybody was playing the big spells, a lot of spells, and dropping Yog Sauron because he was kind of like you need to praise Yog for, so he can win you some games. And that's when they decided to nerf him, because when he was even killed, he would still continuously cast all the spells. So if he had played 10 spells, he'd cast 10 spells no matter what. If he wiped the entire board, on the first turn, he did Twisting Nether on turn, the first spell. Then he maybe played 9 more spells on top of that. So it could be positive and could be negative. Sometimes he, just completely drew your entire deck by playing 3 sprints in a row. So Yog Sauron was pretty awesome. I loved it. Kind of wish he was kind of back to where he was before, even though it was stupid to play against and he was kind of too powerful. But the big surprise, the last old god, I guess you could say, to be found to be very powerful was Yash Raj. So when I first tried to play him, I would attempt to, but I had like 0 luck. It was just like some random druid I think I built him and put him into. But then once the Barnes interactions came about and people were playing like the Renounced Darkness Warlock with Barnes and Yash Raj being the only minions, that's when it became kind of interesting, and I think he kind of a little bit came into popularity. And then people started realizing, well, there's a lot of things you can do with Priest, and making the big Priest became a thing way later on. But yeah, so I would say Yash Raj is probably the most popular and the biggest threat out of all the old gods right about now, even though N'Zoth is pretty much up there. But it's going to be very sad to see the old gods rotate out, as they just seem to be such a staple all the time. It just seems like one of those cards, like back in the day with Naxxramas, that Lotheb was always around. It just seems like Lotheb was a classic card that you would always see him no matter what. And it seems like Lotheb's kind of forgotten about because it's in Wild. So these cards will probably be forgotten about too. So hopefully we can kind of see something that Blizzard can do to keep us interested in Wild and these old cards, so they're not just complete waste of dust if you don't play the Wild format, where I at least do, but a lot of people just don't seem to. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you have a good one. Make sure you check out the top 5 cards. I'm excited to see you rotate out if you haven't, and have a great one.